Hi friends, I'm back. I'm back today. I'm back with one of the interesting topic again. And today I'm going to discuss about the male reproductive system. And I want to discuss this because I think this is important for every one of us to know. And the male reproductive system, it consists of testes, accessory glands, and accessory ducts, and male external genitalia. So let us go through this in detail. So the male reproductive systems, the primary male sex organs are testes. And where is male reproductive organs are located? These are located in the pelvic region, and the abdominal cavity. So the testis, we have a pair of testes in man. If you see, you can see the pair of testes, and these are oval in shape and pink in color. And these testes are suspended outside the abdominal cavity in a pouch that we call it as scrotum. And what the importance of the scrotum is, it is helpful in maintaining the low temperature, that is 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade, and this is lower than the normal internal body temperature. So this temperature is necessary for normal spermatogenesis. And if you observe the the testis is held in the scrotum by gubernaculum. The gubernaculum is a fibrous cord. So this will connect the testis with the scrotum bottom, and also it will connect the testis along with the spermatocord that is formed by vas deferens, and also with nerves, and also with blood vessels that runs from the abdomen into each testicle. And also if we see the testes, internal structure of the testis, if we dissect a testis, we will observe that outer layer, it is enclosed in an envelope, so we call it as tunica albuginea. And this tunica albuginea will run inwards, and it also will run inwards, and it forms a septum. So this will separate the testis into lobules. You can see, and I will show you. So this is the male reproductive system. So this is the testis, and this is the testis, and these are the septa that are divided by the tunica albuginea. And these seminiferous tubules, these are called as seminiferous, lobules. So each testicle consists of 250 lobules. So 250 lobules, and each lobule has 1, 2, 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. And what are seminiferous tubules? These are coiled tubules that will these are actually the seminiferous tubules. So in the seminiferous tubules, these spermatogonial mother cells will present. So that are actually the primary male germ cells. So the seminiferous tubules will be are covered by a lining that we call it as the germinal epithelium. This germinal epithelium consists of male germ cells that are not undifferentiated male germ cells, that are spermatogonial mother cells, and also this layer consists of this layer also consists of nourishing cells that are Sertoli cells, and this will nourishes the sperms in the male reproductive tract, and these Sertoli cells secrete a hormone, that is inhibin. So this inhibin inhibits the secretion of FSH, that is follicular stimulating hormone. And inside the tunica, this testis is covered by serous membrane that we call it as tunica vaginalis. And the outside the outside the seminiferous tubules, these interstitial spaces will be present, and they bear interstitial cells of Leydig or Leydig cells. And these Leydig cells secrete androgens, of which is testosterone is the most important thing. Testosterone is the most important thing. And this testosterone is a male primary sex hormone, and it is responsible for the secondary male sexual characters. It is responsible for beard in man, and it is also responsible for the mouth tickles, and it is also responsible for the deep voice in males, that is low pitch voice in males. And it is also responsible for the spermatogenesis, that are formation of sperms. And this seminiferous tubules next will enter into, so the seminiferous tubules will enter into the vas efferentia. This is a vas efferentia. These tubules are called as vas efferentia through reticestis. These are the reticestis. You can observe here the reticestis. The reticestis are the reticestis are the tubules that will carry sperms from seminiferous tubules to the will carry sperms to the seminiferous tubules to the vas efferentia. The vas efferentia, from vas efferentia, the sperms will enter into the vas efferentia. From vas efferentia, the sperms will enter into epididymis. So epididymis, we can see here, this is called epididymis, and this is highly coiled, and this epididymis that will arise from the posterior side of each testis, and this consists of three parts. The upper part is caput epididymis, the middle part is called chorda epididymis, and the middle one is corpora epididymis, and the ending one, the posterior one, is chorda epididymis. And the caput epididymis receives the sperms from vas efferentia, vas efferentia. So next thing is the vas deferens. The vas deferens. So vas deferens is, you can see here, this tube is called as vas deferens. This is epididymis. From the tail of epididymis, vas deferens will arise, and this is long muscular tube, and you can see this is also narrow, and this will runs through the abdomen and will loops over the urinary bladder and will enter into the prostatic gland, and it receives a duct from the seminal vesicle, and these are the seminal vesicles, and receives a duct from the seminal vesicle, and these tubes, the seminal vesicle and the vas deferens, will form a duct that is called as duct of ejaculatoris or ejaculatory duct. So this ejaculatory duct will converge at the prostate gland, and this will carry the sperms to urethra, and also it carry the fluid that is secreted from the seminal vesicles. And if you see urethra, in males serves both reproductive and urinary systems, and this urinary urethra will arise from the urinary bladder, and so you can see this here in the diagram, and this is urinary bladder. From this urinary bladder, urethra will arise and will extend up to the terminal part of the reproductive system, and this urethra serves for both existing of urine and also semen during the time of copulation. So this urinary bladder will this urethra will ends in a part called that is called gland penis. And if you see penis, this is a penis is a long long tube in males, and this penis and also scrotum together constitute the male external genitalia, and those we can absorb normally outside the normally at the region of pelvic region we can absorb the penis that this penis is source for the passage of urine as well as semen during copulation. and this penis is made up of three tissues that are two corpora cavernosa on the ventral side and the no sorry dorsal side, and corpus spermatogonia on the ventral side. And these three will together form this a special tissue, and these will enclosed by skin and subcutaneous layer, and this three will form a special tissue that is that helps in the erection of penis during and that helps in insemination. And you can see, if you can see, and here the bulb like the terminal part of the penis is bulb like, you can see here. This is called as gland penis, and this is covered by the foreskin. I call it scientifically it is called as prepuce. We commonly call it as foreskin, and this is loose skin. And from the gland penis, urethra will come out in the and if you see the accessory glands, it will includes seminal vesicles and also prostate gland and bulbourethral gland. And I will show you the parts of seminal vesicle. These are the seminal vesicles, and here it is a prostate gland, and here you can see these bulbs like structures, spherical structures are called as bulbourethral cells, bulbourethral glands. I'm sorry, bulbourethral glands, and the seminal vesicles will usually present posterior inferior to the urinary bladder. If you can see here, so here are the seminal vesicles, and this is here the urinary bladder, and behind this we can see the seminal vesicles, and it is present inferior also to the urinary bladder. So, and this seminal vesicles will receive the ducts from vas efferentia, and these two will unite to form ejaculatory duct and ejaculatory, and this ejaculatory will help in transport of the fluid that's secreted by the seminal vesicles. And this seminal vesicle, the fluid that is secreted by seminal vesicles, is alkaline in nature, and it constituted about 60% of the total semen. And it is alkaline in nature, and it also consists of fructose, inorganic phosphates, and citric acid also contains, and it also contains potassium. So the fructose that is present in the semen is where that acts as an energy source outside the male reproductive system in female vagina. So it will the fructose will nourishes the sperms outside the male reproductive system. If you then after the seminal vesicle we can see prostate gland. So it is present below the urinary bladder, and this prostate gland will secrete the fluid, and it surrounds the prostatic urinary ducts, and it will receive it will pass it secretes prostatic fluid that constitute total 50 to 30% of total semen of human, and it uh, is clear and slightly acidic. And the third one is bulbourethral gland. We also call it as Cowper's gland, and it arises from the bottom of prostate gland, and it secretes fluid, and it acts as a flushing agent, and this washes away the acidic urine from the urethra before semen ejaculation. And that's totally about male reproductive system. If you can see diagrammatically, I will show you the parts. And these are the testes, and the septa are called lobules, thus are called seminiferous tubules. And from the seminiferous tubule, reticular testes will can absorb. These are the reticular testes. From this reticular testes, they opens into vas afferentia, and this vas afferentia will enter into the epididymis, and from the epididymis, this vas afferentia arise, and this will loops over the urinary bladder and will receive as duct from seminal vesicles, and will form ejaculatrix, and this is the ejaculatrix, and this will enters the uterus of the male, and sperms will come through this. And these are bulbourethral glands, and these are seminal vesicles, and this urinary bladder, and these are testes, and these upper two cavernosa, corpus cavernosa, and ventral corpus spermentium. So friends, this is all about male reproductive system, and we'll see you in the next video.